to the Adults London podcast, part 2. Today we have Badgirls. Alright, so let's start off, like, where did you start the music shit? Like, how did you meet each other? Like, what were your, like, early experiences with music and like, creating things? It's a group question.
How did we meet each other?
Yeah, where did you start off?
Do you want to tell the story, brother?
Yeah, it's basically me and Bubs met at a rave in South London somewhere. I was quite fucked up at the time, so
It was East London.
East London.
Hackney Wick.
Yeah, Hackney Wick. Shouts out to Hackney Wick. We don't really fuck with any of that no more.
But yeah,
and
with the story.
yeah, so fucking you tell it.
I'll tell it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we told this story so much.
Yeah, listen.
Right.
So these guys were at a Hackney Wick party, and they'd listened to each other's music before, but they'd never met.
Yeah, we were flirting online.
What kind of shit were you?
Little SoundCloud messages.
What were you like putting up? Like, what kind of like stylistically?
So like Britpop, he was doing this like Britpop shit, which is like kind of traps as well at the same time, but no one was doing it the way he did it. And this has been something I've been trying to do since I was like young, you know.
Billy to me was doing like country trap, but like
I was doing like Elliott Smith type shit, but like trap, which was like weird, and not many people fuck with it apart from these guys from Mank, and which ended up us like sort of like talking and shit about music, whatever. And this one night we just bumped into each other, and I don't remember it, but apparently I went up to him and I was like, "Yo, bro, you Badgirls," or something.
Yeah,
he came up to
so you guys were a band
Billy
before.
was
I was
recruiting.
like a little weird little like crackhead back in the day. You know?
He was semi like about like going to these parties and like semi like recruiting for the band.
Yeah, I've just been recruiting all my life,
And
pretty
then,
much.
yeah.
Oh, Sean.
So he's gone up to Bubs and he's gone, "You're a bad girl."
Yeah, basically.
Is that what he said?
So,
Or
yeah,
like,
he said.
That's
he
what
said,
I heard.
"You're a
I
bad
said.
girl," pretty much. And then
Cute
from
story,
that day,
yeah.
they pretty much went back, made music, and then started living together in that same bedroom.
Oh shit.
And then like maybe like a couple of days after, Bubs is getting a bit bored of like London and like people in London, wants a bit of money in his life. So he
What's
calls
a bit of man in my life?
money in his life.
What's a strong man in my
So-
life?
So
Would that be a problem?
You can just set up, yeah, sure.
Can I go get?
go get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I just don't wanna,
Oh shit.
I don't want to
Don't
fuck
break
with the fucking
Don't
flow.
break
up,
that.
you know?
Tanner over there on there.
Oh, you going to the shop?
Nah, it's
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Oh.
We'll just cut that off.
We can get
What were you saying?
yeah, so like from that day, we've gone like, yo, they ended up falling asleep in the same bed and then just stayed in that same bed. Next,
Pause.
Big
However,
pause.
Big pause.
Big pause.
Big pause.
It didn't go on like that, yeah. You know, context.
Nah, so basically,
So
as soon as we met, we have started just living in this one little room in my Bethnal Green flat. That was just like a little fucking shithole, but it was cute. And we had all these little cute toys and that, and this bed on the floor. And we'd all just like, literally, 3 of us would even sleep on the bed, work on the bed, like everything, you know?
Yeah.
It was cute. And fucking, we just like worked non-stop, 24/7. 24/7. It's not, there's no pause involved in doing that.
oh yeah, and then another guy got involved as well.
Yeah.
There was a guy called Tesla that was living in the
Tesla
in the room
lived next door to me, because
Okay.
like, I moved into this flat after I kind of semi-dropped out of this place called Slade. It's like painting school.
Oh, you're
Like,
saying
shout out to the nice people. And fucking, because I couldn't stay in halls anymore, so I found this one room through this DJ guy. So this flat was all like Italian DJs, and this one Serbian DJ, he was a computer programmer. Tesla, OG Tesla, shouts out. And he taught us like everything, pretty much. He just took us in, cool guy. Helped produce our first record, whatever. So we'd just be there working all day, I don't know.
So did you come to that flat with the intention of like, I'm gonna
Nah,
make music,
nah.
I'm gonna-
I was like,
you were just living there. And
I didn't want
just
to
so
go to
happened
school
that-
anymore, really, because.
Yeah.
But I was still going to school. And all I wanted to do with this music shit's what I've been working on since I was like freaking, I don't know, as young as I can remember. I always wanted to like combine guitar music with like traps since it all happened.
So you grew up.
And then there was like this whole scene that's been coming up back from like fucking like Team Sesh, you know, and like Track Sounds, fucking GBC, and then all these new like I don't know, Juice WRLD I think kind of like jumped on the bandwagon. It's not really from, he's not really from this culture that we were in back in. On
He's not a
SoundCloud, you know,
but
like
he's,
there was
he's
this
got
like
more,
page called Chill Funk on YouTube, and like I used to have videos on there as a kid. Fucking Tracy had videos on there as like young bro. But all these other niggas just like blew up because fucking they kept working. You know what I mean? I'd given up on all that shit. But when I had nothing to do in London as like a 20-year-old twat, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this shit again.
Yeah.
I did it, no one fucked with it until I met these guys,
Alright. Yeah.
which turned out to be my actual fucking like soulmates. And
And it was clear from the start, and so that's why.
and they didn't think what I was doing was like a Lil Peep copy or something because they knew like
Yeah,
the
they got
culture
it.
or this thing. You know, Lil Peep's like one of my favorite artists of all time, and people fucking almost made me hate him at one point because every
Oh,
time
everyone's
someone
like,
heard
yeah,
my
yeah.
music or like looked at the clothes I was wearing, it was
Yeah.
just like Lil Peep.
That's the most annoying shit.
It's
Is
so
when, like,
annoying. And
you
then
create something, you put something
Yeah.
from like something
from your heart,
your
and then
experience, and then someone's like,
obviously
oh, that
it's
looks
got like
exactly
there was
like
so
that.
much tribute in my music to Peep since he died,
Yeah,
and like people made that look so weird. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
But shouts out.
You gotta like
to
respect.
all
Yeah,
excellent people and all that in
Exactly.
heavens.
yeah. So like, when did?
Shout
You
out
kind
to
of look
my
like
mum.
him, though. You just kind of look.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
him,
Actually,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you say
But
that,
it's like, you
you
know,
got the face
fucking,
tats,
like my hair's a bit of a tribute, like, you know what I mean? Not
yeah,
like, just like a tiny.
yeah. Now that you say that,
it's like
yeah,
a tiny
fuck.
homage.
you
to that,
look
but
exactly.
like our face structure's so similar,
Yeah,
which is booky.
It's like it's disrespectful though to say that.
It's disrespectful to like
To,
his
like-
music, I think, to say that what I'm doing is fucking exactly the same.
And
as
you
his.
know,
it's
and
not.
yours, huh?
Yeah.
And you know, our music's like, our trap influence comes from like YSL type shit, you know, like Young
Yeah,
Thug
yeah.
and that. And our rock influence comes from like a British place. So I get the comparison to like GBC and that, but I think we just try to
it's
do
just
something
aesthetically,
else.
it's similar.
Yeah, it's just
not like
we're
it's
trying
not,
to do
it doesn't
something
sound the
else,
same.
you know? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Also, we're not like we don't give up. We're not like bad guys. Like we're not rock and roll
Yeah.
guys really.
Oh, yeah,
we're
you're
more
right.
like the Beatles or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You're chilling. It's a great like creative environment. I wish I could like I move it around a little bit to show
What would you
people.
move?
But oh, the camera. Sorry. But it's
Can I
just
get
like
the,
oh,
can I
okay.
get the cigarette shit?
the way you guys are just like
Cigarette.
living in here and like probably constantly
Cigarette
producing
drink.
shit like every day you wake
Yeah,
up.
every
it
time-
just goes straight.
You-
Every
Filter
time there's an idea, it just goes
Yeah.
put straight down.
So is music your primary source of income or is it modeling?
Yeah.
And, like, damn.
Music.
Really?
Well, the band's got us on a retainer, so we can like not struggle that much.
Okay.
It's nice. Apart from that, like my parents send me like 500 quid every month, pretty much.
I bring a
Cookie.
bread home.
Cookie
Yeah,
gets big
Modeling
modeling
as well.
jobs.
Big money.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I just did some Jordan
Broke,
stuff.
you know.
I'm forcing that on the screen. Yeah, but like I kind of started
Have
this
you got?
podcast.
Yeah, shouts out to my family there.
Shouts out,
Okay,
mom.
we love
Shouts
mums, we
out
love
to-
dads. Because like, we all had such bad relationship with our families, like didn't speak to them for periods of time and that.
Shout
But
out
now-
to Door and them.
But now, everyone's happy in that.
Yeah. You think that
That's still the fee.
you think that influences your music a lot?
Yeah,
Your
man.
relationship with
Fucking,
family?
when people like love in my life, love
Wendy,
me,
Becky.
and like, I feel secure that they do love me, like that makes me write like a lot of shit.
Mm.
That makes me write like good music. When you're sad, like you can write
Only sad.
better
Yeah.
music, but you're gonna write like one song. That's gonna be better than all the other shit. But like when you're happy, you just go. You know what I mean? You just like keep writing,
Shits
writing,
out,
writing,
exactly,
writing.
yeah.
You're shitting out.
Yeah, we've been pooing out songs. Like,
Who's got the filters, lads?
not even got toilet roll.
Yo,
bro.
no
Eat.
filter, bro.
Yeah, there's filters, man.
No
I just
filter,
saw
bro. This podcast is no filter.
No
no
filter.
filters,
Yo.
Alright.
filterless.
So like, how did you
Got
really make the jump from like being like hobby musicians and then kind of like
We were never
Like,
hobby
same.
musicians.
We were never hobby
bro.
musicians.
Always
That's,
wanted-
that's
We're
what it
serious.
was from the start.
That's
so
the
that's why
difference.
it worked.
but like
you know?
I've made like like I don't consider myself like a musician, but I fucked around in GarageBand and made a song.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people tend.
Yeah,
like,
no, that
what was
goes-
your-
Yeah,
as
every
soon
time we
as-
try to make a song, we're trying to make the best song in the world for
Yeah.
us.
yeah.
It's obviously like a personal thing, subjective, but the whole reality is everyone's reality is subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you do that, that's like not taking the piss.
Yeah, as soon as we met each other, we were working on it like straight away.
Just
Day in,
We're
day
quite
out.
like workaholics. We're super emotional people, so to cut all that out from our lives, we'll just put everything into work.
Yeah, yeah. You've like created your living space around.
It
Like,
was, we
again, I wanna
created
show.
everything around the word
Yeah.
Badgirls. That's what we did.
So what does that mean to you?
It's a topic. It's our topic.
Bad girls. Topic of bad girls
Yeah, it's what we write about.
and money. Dollar sign. Yeah.
It's
Yes,
also
sir.
like kind of like us.
Yes,
we're,
sir.
We're bad girls as well, but like
We got girls.
You're the baddest bitches.
we're the baddest bitches, really.
Yeah.
My bitch badder than me though.
Shout out Rosalia though.
Yeah, for
Bad
real.
bitch.
Yeah. Speaking of Russell, yeah, what was like the? How did you get into that Somerset house?
So she
Like what? I'll put images on the screen so people know what I'm talking about. But you
Yeah, shouts out to
she
Rizal,
gave
yeah.
it now.
you
Good
went with
lad.
a fucking crazy artist, huge in Spanish speaking parts of the world, and then opened for them, seemingly like out of the blue.
It's just one.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like like stylistically, it didn't seem like a really like.
Well, I don't think it's that much of a contrast because we're essentially a pop band.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
we're a pop act and she's a pop act. Whatever like pop entails these days isn't really like a sonical sonic. It's not like a sonic thing. I mean,
Just popular.
it's like
music.
fucking
Yeah,
post genre days.
Exactly. So that's what you guys.
This
consider
is
yourself?
what's like accessible and good. That's what pop is.
Yeah. So you consider yourself a pop band,
Yeah, 100%.
not because originally I imagined.
Yeah, like
rap, hip hop, kind of like.
we seen more as like we look like a rap group and we make rock music,
Yeah.
but we're
There's like
pop band.
808s and shit in the
Yeah.
background. Like it's a really like. The style definitely comes from like trap and like that style of production.
we're traps people, but the music we like to make is like good rock music.
Yeah.
But it's like so universal that we just call it pop, because it's really like not some niche music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
At least that's how we don't see it like that. You know?
It's very like cohesive. It's like it makes sense in like today's kind of.
Well, obviously, if we're talking about us at Badgirl stage, we're a complete different artists to what we're at now.
Yeah, you just showed me some new shit.
So,
and
like-
it sounds much like.
So like what we're talking about
Much
is
more
relevant to us now. Like, but beforehand, we were obviously a bit different, but we were working towards being a pop act. We just didn't have the tools or anything.
I don't
We
think
were making
we
all
really,
the songs on the laptops, like mic and shit.
I don't
Yeah.
think really knew that it was gonna go in like the pop direction that we took. But I think we didn't really know where it was gonna go.
It's all about songwriting ability, I think.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
can write
I
the
love
songs,
my
why you're not gonna
band.
make the
I
big
love my
ones?
bands.
So you guys. So who writes? Speaking of songwriting, who writes all the music?
Jimmy
Jimmy.
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 Really?
Yeah.
writes
Yeah.
everything. All
Wow.
our music.
Is that
always.
good?
I wouldn't have
Ghostwriter.
expected that.
Mm.
Oh shit. Okay. That's
Well,
an
he's not a
interesting.
ghostwriter anymore, but
Yeah.
shout out Jimmy. innit?
Jimmy and my mum wrote like a
Yeah.
couple songs as well.
She writes the raps.
My mum wrote like a couple of the verses on Click, I think. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Because a part of it is from like your mom's perspective.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just sends like notes of a diary and stuff, and like, we go around. Like,
Wow.
That's all a joke, bro. All a joke.
No, we all write our own music in it.
Yeah.
But obviously, sometimes we'll write something it'll be better for the other person or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we'll-
we write for each other quite a lot.
yeah.
So for like your solo stuff,
It's
or
'cause,
for
like-
each other's
Because we,
personal.
we-
don't
each
really-
other.
we
we
don't
pretty
really-
much living the same lives. Like we're talking
That's
about
true,
the same
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
We're like a
you know?
collective
So it's like-
consciousness. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, you're like a little hive.
We're a
in here.
Megazord
It's the
link.
beehive.
Megazoid Linko.
Serious, like I'm a leg, he's a fucking arm.
Yo, this new
He's
trim
my-
looks quite
he's
good on
the dick.
camera. Yeah.
And he's
Oh, like
the-
excellent. Okay. So, talking a little bit more about like performing. Like, so what was your original? Where did you start out performing? Like, how was your live life like?
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about the first gig we ever played?
That's a great story. Let's hear it.
5 bells.
Yeah.
5 bells.
5
first
bells.
gig. We took a little bit of narcotics before it, thinking that it was gonna do us, and it did
Yeah,
some
and we
good
just
shit.
so fucked that all these people really believed us and turned out to watch us play. After this really good punk band, I don't know if I can call them punk. They're also like quite
Who are they?
genre defying. I told you I would eat you. Good guys. Shouts out. They let us play open for them
Okay.
as like a rap group, which was funny. And the gig was terrible.
Didn't go well.
Didn't go well for us, but people did enjoy it. I think they were just a bit confused, like what the fuck is going on? What are these guys doing? You know, it was just like fucking eight men on stage, fucking doing these weird ass songs, like super deluded, thinking they're actually like something. Yeah.
Yeah. But like from there, how quickly did you like say fuck it? I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna
Like
risk
fucking that
failing
week,
again.
we after that show we were like, you know what, we just have to keep doing this. So
Yeah.
so we made like a summer tour of like some shitty London venues. Not that they were shitty, but like, you know, not good gigs. Sometimes we'd play to 7 people, you know.
Yeah.
But we just gave everything.
Yeah, we gave
At one of those gigs in Windmill, Bubs fucking was so pissed off, he punched himself and broke his front tooth.
Fuck it, let's see it. And still chip. Give the camera. Fucking.
And me and Bubs
Give a
used to
little
like
dental
punch.
in the mouth.
Me and Bubs used to punch each other sometimes on stage.
Yeah, crazy bastard.
These shows were
Yeah.
crazy, and this was like the actual bit.
Performing in front of 5 people.
We did this show. We did
It's
this
just
show.
a fight
Yeah.
with background music.
We did this show at this fucking pub. If I remember, and there was these like group of racist like white people, like old men drinking, like drunks, the tramps, and like they were like looking at us, we were like loading up and that. And then after the show, one of the guys gave us a hug. That's how much he fucking liked it. It was not fucking good show, that smash it.
Come on, man, Badgirls, come on.
Anyway, these shows were good. The last one of this period was the show we did at the Rising Sun. That was like the last one, but people now think it's the launch, whatever.
Yeah. So where?
And that show at the Rising Sun was fucking good. This guy Alien had opened for us. Shouts out. There was some other people in the band, Scott and
Was that your first time headlining, or was
XL. Shouts out to them as well.
Was that your first time headlining, or was that like?
First time headlining, yeah.
Okay, so this is the first time you had.
'Cause it was like we were throwing the party.
Would be in the back. Okay.
And
It was,
my guy Pat Lyons,
Good.
my guy Pat Lyons, then one of our drinking pals, good poet, opened up with a poem and shit for us. It was a funny, crazy night. Good night.
Did you schedule all this shit yourself, or at this
Yeah,
time
we
did you have
organised it all.
management?
We never had
Yeah.
management. We started having management like 5 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even some labels didn't even like consider us because we didn't have a manager, but we just
Yeah.
went in like.
Did you drop
our balls
the
out, you know what I mean?
you dropped the album and then like immediately get management after that? Is that kind of what happened?
No,
Did you
it
get
was- It was
management?
once we signed.
Oh, you got signed. Sorry,
Yeah.
you got signed after the release or before the release of Batman?
So we released Bethnal being like, fuck it, we just done all this work, then release it, see what happens, right? Next month, off like 1,000 plays, Black Butter signers, shouts out.
Shouts out
That
to
like
him.
changed all our life. Cause like, I didn't have a student visa, so I had to go to Turkey. 'Cause that's where I'm
You
from.
got deported pretty much.
Yeah. And the boys came to stay with me and shit.
Oh,
Shimmy.
Fuck, how
Yeah.
did
We spent all our...
What'd you drop?
What do you mean, you stupid guy, bro? Who the fuck put it in this?
No one said you stupid guy.
Yeah,
You
That's
just made that.
That's a confusing insult.
You just made that up, bro.
you stupid guy, yo, chill. God, this is
Yeah, what were we saying? I can't
Oh,
remember.
so from there, your first headlining tour, or not headlining
Show.
headlining show. Sorry.
We threw it at
Yeah.
this place called the Rising Sun,
And
where we
then
used to live.
How did you sort of secure like the connection of opening for Badgirls tour? In
well, we have the
Backer.
same
I
label.
could never fucking pronounce
Backer.
that. Backer.
I used to have
Backer.
a teacher called Mr. Backer at school, you know. Anyway, because we have the same label, so they
So it
were
was
like,
an
we have
industry, it was like
it
an
was like
industry plant move.
an industry move.
So we
So
got
they were
industry
like,
planted.
and we actually didn't want to do it because we called Badgirls and his band's called
Yeah,
Bad Kids.
bad kids. Yeah.
But then we thought, lol, that's quite a joke. And then it fucking turns out his band is like some guys that I was boys with before. Shouts out to Baby Kane or Jack Laver. I'm like such a good guy these days. I just love everyone around me.
Positivity.
I just love all my friends, man. For real.
I love my friends. I
Yeah,
love my
so
And my mom,
what was
and
like?
my bands,
What was the
and
experience?
my girl.
Zombie. Is that the fucking song?
Zombie.
Zombie. I love that song. But fucking. So you went on the tour with Back. So like, what was that experience like for you? Were you saying like
Fucking shit.
staying in a car like?
Yeah, and it wasn't like a tour, like, so we were coming back to London like every time.
No, it was
But
good. It was good, man. It was a good
It
experience.
was
we got
very
to
good
play
for
in front of
business, 'cause,
people
like-
for the first time. We've never been able to play to a real show.
We really saw that people fucked with us.
Yeah. That must have been like a great
Like,
like.
we got like fans having photos
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, we never had
First
that
time
before.
happened.
Yeah, wow. But that's like how I found
that's
you
quite
guys.
special.
So I figure it must
Yeah.
be like a big like.
Yeah, we thought like, I mean, he's a good guy, good music, big tour. Why shouldn't we do it? So we just went through it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And obviously we
Shout
get
out,
a lot of bands have to do so many. Like we're gonna have to do so many more support tours. And it's not the best not playing at your show, but it's definitely a good experience.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
you
all
get paid.
practice.
It keeps you like.
It's all practice.
It keeps you alive.
Yeah.
Okay, keeps you fed.
Yo, Jimmy, you sure the filters are not there, bro?
Yo, the hair, you sausage.
Yo, why you calling me a sausage?
Yeah, no filter.
No filter stream. All right.
Fuck it, I'll just roach it then. It's not as
Oh,
good.
that is
though.
Yo,
disgusting.
where have I
Don't
gone?
roach
That
I
is-
just don't
that
want to
is-
look like I'm having a
That
zoo.
is disgusting.
You're also not in
Yo,
prison.
where have I gone, bro?
Yeah, where's Bob's
Yeah,
gone?
it's just you're there. Look.
Come back. Yeah, it's right. You're right there.
Nah, bro.
You can lean a little bit more in as
He's
well.
taking the piss out.
Yeah, this is going quite well. I like this.
Yeah,
one
it's a
for
fun.
you.
It's a fun
Someone
little
got
thing.
Yeah.
Lighter?
Have you paused this?
No, I don't. No, it's still going. Oh shit. Oh, that
Stupid guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be some cleanup.
Nah, it's just a Hoover,
Oh,
bro.
what are we gonna do?
Oh, ashtray everywhere. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh my god, this is like
You're moving.
such a
Okay,
disaster.
You're moving. Okay, we're back. Billy's shirtless. So we're talking about the dinner. So where did your you're a band, obviously you make music. Like, where did the idea to have a dinner come out? Like, where
I
did
came
that?
up with it actually.
Just for like fan interaction period. Or like why?
Yeah, nah. It was just, to be honest, it was like we're broke in it, and we wanted to make a little bit of extra money, but then we thought.
Do you charge
It's-
entry fee?
Donations.
Yeah,
Donations.
donations. is
Just
like,
we
some people
made
give money,
minus
some people
40
didn't.
quid.
Yeah,
But that's
make
less.
any money.
That's
less
like
what's
we
it called?
couldn't. We had a
But
great
that's what I
night.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, that's what it was, but then it turned into like just having like some sort of like, interaction like with the outside. Because in London, like we've not really been like searching for like.
And to be honest, like we're quite big haters of everything. And then we suddenly see all this love for us.
Mhm.
We're like, we kind of want to experience it in like a 3D way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a weird like kind of thing where I've noticed like negative feedback on Instagram and all that social media shit, like online digital negative feedback actually like affects you in a way, like, but positive feedback doesn't seem to have as much of a.
It affects me so much.
It's weird. No, I love it, but it's like if someone said like, "Bro, like I love your shit, like
Yeah,
you
I know.
inspire me to do," I would be like, "Whoa!" But like if you see it like on a DM, it's like a
Yeah.
little less like.
I
There's something
get you.
weird about it.
But that's the perception thing. Like you can choose to see it any way you want. I
Yeah.
used to see it like that,
Mm.
but now it fucking makes me super happy when someone.
Oh yeah, no, I love all the
Says
support I
something.
get for like the clothing shit, or
Yeah.
the podcast. Like I love like
And like,
people appreciate.
I'm gonna be real. Like I don't like some of our fans. Some of them I don't. Because when someone tries to have like a personal interaction with you, I'll always be like nice at first because that's like another human. But I don't really see them as like a fan, whatever, because that's weird. But then you might not like that person, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't just like him because he's or she is your fan.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But our fans are just decent people. It's quite like a lucky thing.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they thought it was like super weird for.
Yeah, I did as well.
Even you did. Yeah,
I
for a
saw that on
band to have,
Instagram.
like, a
I
thing.
almost commented, but I was like 10 minutes late.
Yeah, but
I
like,
saw it.
that's what I mean. Like, it does sound weird, but for them to just come into our house and chill, it was fine. It was normal. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just like
Exactly.
asking us questions about us and just people and just conversation.
That's crazy.
It
That's
was
like
nice. Me and Jimmy really enjoyed cooking.
Yeah,
like,
it was
that
fun.
What'd you make?
Yeah, we made like a
Made a
bruschetta
three-course meal.
starter.
Jimmy's the really chef, I think, in the house. Maybe sometimes
I'd
you as
challenge
well.
that, when I'm trying. Nah, Jimmy is.
Awesome challenges. All right. So you just played me in that little break. You played me a little bit of your newer stuff. And you guys want to talk a little bit about like the direction you've taken from Bethnal, because obviously Bethnal, you said, was like started with like very little entry level like production skill and like
Yeah.
not mixed. And
Well, to be
recording on a
honest,
laptop.
it was so amateur, but
It has a charm. to it.
but like most of it was artistic choices.
Like
How we released it with no mix was artistic choice.
Mhm.
You know.
I'm not super familiar with like the production side, but like I kind of understand that concept.
It was just meant to be super
Just-
shitty, man. Like, think about the Velvet Underground's first record. Fucking. It was so lo-fi, but in like as a choice, and all the songs were such like pop songs, but
Yeah.
it was so shittily made.
And that's
And-
like an acceptable. Like
Yeah.
maybe like the Kinks were like.
And
the
it was
first to,
like,
really
yeah,
utilize
maybe,
distortion.
yeah, for real.
But like since like the past 5, 10, like being lo-fi and like sort of DIY and shit is like a newer kind of way.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, to be honest,
respected.
X used to release shit with no mixes.
Yeah. Was that like the early SoundCloud stuff? Was that more? Of
Yeah,
your
that. Well, I mean,
straight
our
posted
music
up
really
over-
comes from like we come from that culture.
Yeah.
you know what I
grew
mean?
up like listening to
We're not like
SoundCloud,
repping
Tracy.
that culture, but we grew up listening to SoundCloud, Bill Tracy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fucking, what we tried to do was maybe we could use that aesthetic to do like proper British like pop songs.
Mhm.
rock pop songs. I know Bubs. What do you think? Bethnal.
Bethel.
Talking about Bethnal.
Yeah, we listen to a lot of Placebo,
Yeah.
Cure, Joy Division. So that's
Yeah.
where like the dark side of it comes, maybe like production.
And
we
all
didn't have no equipment.
like
Really.
post
We
punk
was-
is quite lo-fi as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We were singing in a MacBook mic, and that's how it sounded.
You recorded that in Bethnal, right? Not here.
Yeah.
So like, you kind of directionally, it's like you say a little bit less hip hop influence, a little less trap, or do you think it's actually I cut out? Sorry. Is it less hip hop influenced, or is it more like rock? Do you think, and pop?
Well, I never know what the distinction is.
No, Bethnal was like the Placebo and Cure, and then because the trap culture was there, instilled within these guys,
Yeah.
like that was.
You want to
just
say it
nat-
here?
Yeah. You want to say that over here?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was just saying like.
No, say it like in the camera.
That's
Yeah.
it.
like
Show yourself.
obviously, fucking Bethnal was inspired by like Placebo, The Cure, all that, and then because these guys listened to trap and like it was just they were in that culture, that just came out naturally, and that's why it was that mix of trap and that. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah.
But
It's like
on purpose.
it's more like production. It seems like production wise, it's more like trap influence, like 808s and like
Yeah,
that type of
my whole production school it comes from like trap music,
Mhm.
from like FL Studio and that.
I use that phone.
So when we made this album, we had Ableton, but I was trying to use Ableton like FL. So it's fucking stupid, bro. This whole Bethel record is like a stupid album. But fucking even Apple
Yeah.
Music made it like the album of the year.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in the albums of the albums of the year.
Out
It
of
was
a-
the top one.
What?
It was the top one.
Really?
It wasn't
Yeah.
actually.
It wasn't
And-
ranked
wasn't
as
in-
like
it
number
wasn't
one,
ranked,
but it was
but
the
it was
first.
It was the first one, luckily.
Oh shit.
But fucking this album maybe has on iTunes, or like in total in the world, like 150,000 plays max.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like an editorial thing maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. Shouts out to whoever's done that. That's big love.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's like they know music, you know what I mean?
So how quickly like, because whenever I make something, like I think it's as an artist, it's kind of important to be like a little, oh that's kind of shit. Like you look back at something you made 6 months ago, like
Yeah.
did you get that?
We hate it,
Yeah. Right.
but we hate some of the songs.
No, there's some songs that are quite timeless actually.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
only one I don't like.
Jorts.
Yeah, I know.
Jorts.
He has it.
Maybe.
He has only one
That's gonna
tatted
be,
on
yeah,
his
that's
face.
gonna be a theme.
When
yeah.
did you get that, by the way?
On the day of the video shoot, that morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like bleeding and shit?
Nah, it's like the
Oh.
least. Face tat's the least painful, and I got it as a joke because I was getting all these little peep fucking things.
Oh,
Everyone's like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
little peep, because we have like a similar face.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a face tat, but I only got one. So it's like that's the actual
Do you
joke.
think you
behind
get
it.
more?
It's quite a lame joke to be honest, but I found it funny at the time.
I found it funny though.
Safe.
Was there like
It's a cigarette.
Lighter.
Alright.
was like the element of like kind of like fuck everything else, like one lane? Do you feel like that a bit? in the
Yeah, bro.
technicals?
We just hated everything when we made this record. Definitely
Mm.
everything.
Yeah. So your new stuff is a little bit more like you said. You're a little positive.
Happy.
Happy. Yeah. You guys like your shit is kind of like a little bit more established.
We
like,
found God now, you know. We've been sober for quite a long time. Now we're not sober, but we're like really healthy and
Mhm.
moderately sort
Eating
of
that
drinking and
bruschetta.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
So,
smoke a bit of weed sometimes, but you know that's just life.
Let the people know when
God bless.
your new project is coming out. Your new single. Sorry.
When is it, lads?
14th of August.
14th of August. And where will it be available?
Everywhere.
All platforms.
All platforms.
All of
All
it.
right. Music video or no?
Huh?
Music video?
Yeah.
Yeah, this video.
Oh, is it dropping the same day?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm excited to see that. Yeah, you guys have some fucking crazy music videos, by the way.
Krish.
Little-
Yeah.
How do you get them shot? Like you did one in is that East Acton Prison? That, like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like, to live in
That
area.
was Tom and Ethan.
Why did they let you into the prison?
PKA Crush.
How did they let you into like? That was one of my questions.
Because I've been to prison.
You gotta ask the guys who made it, man.
I've been to
It
prison.
was like
so
the
like,
film.
You have a connection once you go to prison, and I just made a few calls, you know. So
Ah, fair.
It was a
Just
lit
keep you there.
process. It felt like a real movie set, which was surreal. And the boys only pulled it with so little money. and it looks so like hi-fi.
It looks really good.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Like what we can actually afford is the next video we did. You know, click.
Yeah.
That's what it should look like, but they made it look that good.
Do you want to keep it? Like that's also one of my questions. You went from like really high, not high budget, but they look really good. There's a nice camera.
But there's a catch with that video. We personally don't like the way we look in it because I was like personally fat because I was on a lot of meds at the time. So I look like a little teddy bear, which is like some chicks dig it, but I don't.
Yeah, God.
So.
We didn't really get much.
And
of
now I had to live with
personality
that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It was more like.
It's
like
not really
a
us.
good-looking
It's a
shot,
bit
you know
too
what I mean?
serious, too
It was
angry,
serious.
but it's a good video.
That's
Yeah.
why we had to counteract it with click.
Yeah, because it seemed like definitely a stylistic choice to like.
Yeah.
So
It's more
Jim,
like
you
we
shot
so.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot Click. So do you do all the music
But it
videos
was a
or
good video though.
it's just Click?
Jimmy's like the
No.
visual creative head at the moment. You know what I mean? We all do it all together, but he will like do the Instagram and photos and videos and that.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, you're also a photographer, right? So like,
Yeah.
does that? You're more of a behind the scenes member of Badgirls.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Oh, look at him, he's wearing shades, bro.
Yeah, look at him. Low key. You don't perform, do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. What are your plans? Doing the rap stuff?
Yeah. Already dropped one song.
Oh yeah, shout that out by the way.
SoundCloud under Jimmy.
Yeah.
I got a mixtape on the way that I did with Billy and Cooks.
Yeah.
The drugs.
What else?
You know, we did a
I
song
don't
with
know.
Masterpiece.
I'm
That's
just
gonna come out very
working on
soon.
it.
Did you?
This is
Sorry, carry on. Carry on. I did a little ad lib.
that's fun, bro. Nah, I'm working on music, and then obviously mainly with my Badgirl stuff.
Alright, yeah, for sure.
Gonna go pretty far with that. So
Yeah, alright,
Yeah.
cool. So
He's got like verses and stuff on Badgirl songs.
really,
yeah.
which songs? Oh, the newer ones or
it's
the?
like-
been
a couple
verses
ones that
on songs that
Jimmy's been writing verses.
already.
Oh, writing.
He's,
Ah,
he's
that's
even
it.
wrote a couple of hooks that you know there's gonna be Bad Girls hooks.
The label just don't like me being on any of their things because they don't know how to sort it out yet. So
Oh, right, because you're not like a
Yeah.
yeah.
you're a member, but like not.
But we're trying to figure out. It's like a process, slow. We gotta ease it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. All right,
Stick it in.
I think that's all. Everyone said everything they want to say.
But on that,
All right,
we're
and
not gonna
on
talk
that,
about more shit. I'm gonna really talk in mood. Really,
buy these.
fire.
Buy these.
It's really hard.
Billy approved. Thank
Ali,
you.
bro.
They're sambas, but I like took off.
Oh my
I
god.
do like a lot of like heavy
This
alterations.
is very cooks in it.
Yeah, so you do sneaker custom? Hold on, let me turn this off.